What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. All right, so excuse me while sorry, I shouldn't have started the video yet. Just finishing up dinner. Sorry. So we're about ready to get started. Now, seeing how the engine that goes to this plane, well, the engine that goes to this plane is no longer available to buy brand new, and I did not want to buy a used engine. I'm just a little weird about buying used stuff. I don't typically like to buy used things unless it's coming from someone that I know. Say if like Skip Built RC was like, "Oh, Dave, hey man, I got, this Saber, 80mm Saber I want to sell to you." I would buy it from him in a heartbeat because I know Skip's a good dude, and I know he wouldn't do me wrong like that. But anyways, guys, back to so we're about ready to mount this motor, okay? First things first is I'm going to have to make some cuts here. I really don't want to, but we're going to have to make some cuts because the engine's not going to fit under here, okay? So I'm going to have to cut the sides out here a little bit so the engine can go down in here and fit. I also had to buy a block of wood here. This is a very light piece of pine, okay? And that's so that I can put it on the back side of this wall, okay? So the back side so this is going to be on the back side, okay? It's going to be back here. Well, anyway, it's going to be up against that firewall back there. So I got to take this lid off. We're going to do some drilling. I have a mount plate. I do have a plate. So basically that's where it's going to sit. It's going to sit back there and there like that. I'm going to drill through. I got to take this cover off. And then we should have this engine mounted tonight, guys. So just stay tuned. I'm going to stop this video for now. And then what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and I'll merge the videos together as I go step by step through this. I don't have anyone holding the camera. What I would like to do is just have like a tripod that's holding the camera for me. But I haven't gotten one yet. I'm looking into getting one. I actually saw a kit today at Walmart. It looked a little cheesy to me, so I didn't buy it. That's another thing. I don't like to cheap out. However, I did cheap out on this engine. This is probably one of the cheapest 60cc or 70cc engines that you can buy on the market. However, it's got good ratings. It's not like, a total piece of shit. It's got a Walbro carburetor on it. It pretty much, I was looking at some specs on a DLE, and I'm telling you right now, this thing, it's pretty much a DLE. Some of you guys out there might be like, "Nah, Dave, no, it's not." But I'm looking at this one, and I'm looking at the DLEs, the twins like this, and they're pretty much the same goddamn thing. They all come with these Walbro carburetors on them. The ignition box even looks almost identical, dude. Honestly, I think this NGH is going to work just as good as any other engine that I put on the front of this thing. And apparently, this engine is a little overpowered for this model. But then again, in my mind, I'm thinking it's not, because this is a big model. This is the biggest plane I own. It's literally 5 feet long. The wingspan's like 4.25 feet long, or 4.5 feet long. This is a very large scale plane. So I don't think that engine is an overkill by any means. We'll see when we get it in the air. If we start flying this thing and we do a fast pass and the wings start flying off of it and the tail starts flying off of it and the monocoat starts peeling off of it, then we know that we went a little overpowered on the motor. But I'd rather go overpowered than underpowered for obvious reasons. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's where we're at for now. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get myself taken care of here. I'm going to get this stuff mounted up. I got to drill some holes. I just finished up the mounting bracket. Here's the mounting bracket right here. I actually had to drill these holes out a little bit because these bolts that came with the Hangar 9 kit would not fit. So I had to ream those out a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this engine mount on this plane, and we're going to see what's up. We're going to see what is up, guys. So stay tuned for that next video. Stay tuned for this video. Any videos that I'm putting out on this thing are going to be specifically about this plane. So I will put that in the title, you know, Hangar 9 update. Hangar 9 giant scale P51 update. So that's when you'll know this is an update and not just me out flying one of my other toys. So basically what we're going to do is put the engine on first, and then we're going to start going through this thing, and we're going to start mounting in the servos. I forgot to grab a small drill bit, so I'm hoping I have one, because the pre-drilled holes that they have, they're not quite big enough, and the screw's having a hard time going in, and I don't want to force it in and crack the ball cell or crack the ply. So I am going to mount this engine up. We're going to get her. The engine's going to be on this by the end of the night. So that will be the next video. The engine installed on this plane, and not Loctite. We're not going to Loctite it yet, because I have a feeling we're going to end up having to take it off, because obviously I haven't cranked that engine up yet. Basically, this is just mounting the engine to the plane, getting it right, so that way I can take the engine outside, mount it to a board, put some fuel to it, get a 2S battery, and let her rip outside. I do have some questions for you guys out there in the community. What would be a good battery to use with a 70cc engine? I was thinking like 1,000, 1,500 milliamps, maybe even a 2000 2S. But if you guys have any recommendations out there, by all means, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know. Like I said, this is my first gasser, so you guys, it's not my first large plane that I've flown, but it is going to be my first gas-powered plane that I've flown. So you guys out there with more experience than I have, by all means, leave a comment. Let me know. Give me some ideas, some thoughts, a little inspiration, because I'm telling you right now, guys, this thing is just taking it out of me. This thing has just made me just crazy. It's not like you just grab this thing and put it together. There's been so many setbacks. First off, the servos that they sell for this thing that they want to sell you at Horizon Hobby, they're just so fucking expensive. And it's like, they want you to buy them because they go to this plane. No, well, I found servos way cheaper, and I put a video up of that, so you guys check that video out. We just put that video up the other day. I found servos online for $13 each, and they are awesome. I mean, you guys may have seen these servos around sometimes or used them and may think differently, but for right now, that's what I'm going with. I'm going with these servos. I put them through the rigor. I put them on the test cycle 3 times each. 3 times each, and they didn't even get warm. I mean, the outside was still, you know, chilled to the touch. But yeah, guys, any comments, any kind of anything that you can, you know, yo, Dave, you know, you might want to try doing it this way or try doing this. But as of right now, we're going to get this engine mounted. That's number one. That's key. That's what's up. That's what we're going to do right now. And then we'll go from there. But that's it, guys. I'm Dave. This is Dave's RC, and we will see you in the next vlog. Later.